Hi, I'm Roscoe and welcome to EV Cruising on a Sunday night, brought to you by, Amazing EV. I'm Roscoe and thanks for joining us. If you're watching live on YouTube and if you're watching on Facebook, thanks for joining us. If you're watching a bit later on catch up, hey, we're here tonight just to cruise around the EV marketplaces, just see what's for sale in this incredible world of amazing range, amazing deals, and incredible pricing and just a lack of stock on the used market just in the last month or so meant that we're searching further afield this week. We're heading out to see if we can't find some used or slightly new dealer demo used cars and used EVs. See if we can't find something in the dealer demo market that might be still a good deal. Something tells me that not all the cars out there are such in demand. Sometimes some of them, the ones that haven't been quite so quick sellers, some of them have been sitting on the dealer yards for a little bit longer, and maybe they might represent some better deals out there at the moment. So let's go and search. I've got a big list here with me tonight. It's chaos. It's all over the place. It's a bit like the market, the EV market at the moment. Too many models, too much information. A lot of fun though. So I've got a list started with a conversation I had with a guy earlier this week, and he said to me, and he was in front with some colleagues and other blokes, and said, I've just bought a Kia EV6. And he said, yep, fuel crisis is not going to go away anytime soon. I've just gone Kia EV6, I've gone solar, I've gone battery, I've gone the whole hog. And I think this guy was country New South Wales or Victorian country Victoria. He'd bought a EV6 from a dealer in WA, and he was waiting for it to be shipped over. So absolutely amazing. Can't believe that people are buying cars from WA, from Eastern Seaboard, having them shipped over. But listening to the story, and it sounded like he got a really good deal. So I thought I'd start with that tonight and have a closer look and just have a look at that as an example. He sounded like he got a pretty good deal on a Kia EV6 dealer demo. I wonder if there's any others out there as well. First of all, though, of course, the Beijing Auto Show is in full swing. And don't forget, if you want to check out the full coverage, have a look at Mark's Beijing Auto Car walkthroughs. He's done part 1 and part 2 already now, hours and hours, every car, every haul. I think so far he's done 2 out of 3 or 4. So if you want the most comprehensive coverage, check that out. We've only just started watching. Can't believe the number of new cars again that have come out, updates, all sorts of incredible cars. He focuses on EVs, and some of the Europeans, all the Chinese, incredible number of models. So check that out. And it just gives us an incredible glimpse of what's going on. The future is coming here really quick. And tonight we're going to have a look at a lot of Chinese models that perhaps haven't made some of the headlines more recently as well. Some European models. But yeah, if you're in any doubt as to what's going on the local market, have a look at these posts from Facebook, which cropped up. And when I say there's turmoil, confusion, demand, some of these posts are pretty amazing. This one, Tesla Model Y, I don't know these guys. I just saw them posted there. It's indicative of what's happening on the used EV market at the moment. Thanks everyone for the feedback. I just sold a 2025 Juniper rear-wheel drive, white on white. 12,000 Ks only, no reason for selling. Sold for $61,000. And yeah, that's not far away from new. You're dead right. That is not far away from new. Also had a dealer aggressively offered to pay matching price of 61K and pick it up the same day after I took the deposit from the first buyer. To people who gave me lowball offers, just letting you all know, the used market for Tesla is still hot. So that is amazing. I had thought it had cooled down a little bit too, but there it is. It's only a couple of days ago from Facebook. G'day, Hal. How you doing? Halfway through this long weekend in Sydney. We've got another holiday on Monday tomorrow, so we are only 2/3 of the way through a long weekend here, and plenty of people had a big day yesterday with Anzac Day in Australia and New Zealand. But yeah, we've just been taking it easy, and then this one from another seller, even more bizarre. 2023 build, picked up in 2024, 10Ks on a Model Y, on a 2024, 23, 24 Model Y. Read the fine print there. They're asking $63,000 more than the 25 Juniper. So yeah, it's a crazy market out there still. I can't believe it sometimes. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. I thought it might have started to cool down by now. My friend who I was talking to, he ordered the Kia EV6. He suggested that he was going all in, and he was fearful and genuinely talking amongst a group of people about the fuel security and whether it was going to be long term. He was convinced it wasn't going to be solved in the near term, and he was getting set up for self-sufficiency. So yeah, this might have scared a few people, and not in a good way. But look, if it's he was an EV convert, he wasn't sure how it was going to go, but he was all in, and sounds like he had a variety of trucks on a country property and Hiluxes and diesels, and he was done. He just had enough. So if it's with someone like that, someone who's been thinking about it and done the numbers, maybe it's a good thing. But don't forget, at Amazing EV, our very own EV marketplace, we have just got a lack of stock. Number of cars down is below 40 for the first time in a year. We just can't get anything. Same with the dealers. From what we've heard from the streets, dealers can't get stock. I'm a bit worried that they might be overpaying. I don't want to see dealers get burnt again to try and keep their hand in this market, try and capitalise from this market. Clearly, they've got customers who are keen to buy cars. Clearly, they're trying to get cars. A couple of dealers I've spoken to, they just can't get them either, not at decent prices. We talked to Brendan from Pickles last week on EV Marketplace on Wednesday night. And yeah, they've still got stock coming through from their customers and clients. So keep an eye out for Pickles if nothing else. But otherwise, tonight we're going to dive into some of these used EV demos. Demos are usually cars that dealers register themselves, you probably know. And they put them on plates, they register them as road-going cars. They get to depreciate them. There's some tax benefits in doing that. Give them to staff to drive them as, well, demonstrators for customers. But sometimes they hang around a bit longer than they should. They normally have an aim of trying to get rid of them after 90 days, just like any other stock. But sometimes they hang around for a while. And so they depreciate them, sometimes some better prices. They just have to keep them moving. So, Hal, if you've... It's Spirit. Hal's in here in spirit. Thanks, Hal. Just log on if you're listening. If you've got anything you want me to check out tonight, have a look. But we've got a pretty comprehensive list here, trying to find some deals. Picked up a few anomalies also in our research as well. So a very interesting marketplace at the moment. As I said, not everything is as attractive as perhaps Teslas and some of the mainstream cars in that sort of $30,000 to $50,000 range that was so sweet before, sort of $25,000 to $45,000 range that was pretty sweet up until March. But yeah, that's jumped up considerably. We've seen some 10-20% increases in prices. Those Facebook numbers are not helping the situation because they're real. That's a real deal. And pretty optimistic, I thought, on the 23 Model Y at 63. That'd be almost double what I thought it might have been. I'd say it was a $30,000 car, even at 10,000 Ks. Maybe it was a $35,000 car, but they're the sellers. They're pretty optimistic at the moment. So let's wait and see. But let's dive in because, yeah, some interesting things happening, and we'll use car sales as a proxy here for the market at the moment. They're well down on listings. They're well down on numbers as well as the dealers. They're right down on stock. As I say, my concern is that dealers don't dive in too highly in the market, get stranded again if there is a pullback. It will be interesting to see what the April numbers are, but the stock's just not around at the moment, and the listings just aren't there either at the moment. So yeah, let's have a look at that EV6 popular car. I really like the EV6. Really like the EV6. We found one, and believe it or not, this guy reckons he got one for $55,000, and I think they were transporting it over DriveAway. They were transporting it over from the Western Seaboard to the Eastern Seaboard in Australia. And 55, he reckons it was a 2024 EV6, there has been a couple of updates on this one. I'm not familiar with the actual spec updates, but there has been a design change in the headlights on the new EV6. that's going to be a new style that's coming. So no doubt they've got some stock that they've got to clear, but this hasn't been as big a seller. It's well behind the Model Y for a fantastic competitor. We've got a couple of friends, including Dave Power, who's had one done 150,000 Ks. Brilliant car. Dealer demo there, 60 grand. So maybe that would be, you could get that at a better deal. That's in Tasmania. So yeah, maybe they're prepared to ship. Some private sales there. This still represents some really good value, I think. Dealer demo there, 60 grand, New South Wales. So Kia EV6 2024. So it's been sitting on the lot for a while. Certainly some better deals there than perhaps a Model Y that's done 12, 15,000 Ks at 60 grand. Maybe this could be had for 55, but some of these were probably well under 50 grand probably a month and a half ago. Private sale GT line done 94,000, still 45k. So dealer demo there, not bad. I'd say maybe you could get it for 55, 2,000 Ks. Nice car, good start. And then one of my other colleagues was talking to me about an Ioniq 5 that he saw advertised. And again, you just don't see much of the Ioniq 5s around anymore. It's the Ioniq 6 hasn't done that well. The Ioniq 5, I think he saw it for 35, which seemed to be a bargain. And that had done 70, 80, 90,000 Ks. I can't remember exactly. So that seemed to be a good deal. Again, Hyundai Ioniq 5 and 6, they just haven't kicked on with these. Pricing has been up there, and the specs are good, but look, it hasn't really been competitive. Here's a 70 grand for one that's done 2,000 Ks, dealer demo in Victoria. The N, of course, still standout performer. Dealer demo, 70 grand. So yeah, there's one there, 2021, dealer used, below market price. I might let them know that one. Sensei, if you're still looking for an Ioniq 5, I might send you that link there. That's not bad, 40 grand for 2021, only done 13,000 Ks. Just as an aside, so that's not a bad deal. That's the original 2021, which I quite like. So that's not bad. But again, that was probably 35,000, 30,000 not so long ago. That's dealer used. So yeah, nothing much in terms of deals on the Ioniq 5. But of course, Hyundai have gone a couple of different directions, because more recently they've had the Insta and they've had the Elexio, and of course they've got the Kona as well. And now I think overseas they've just launched a couple of new Ioniqs. I think the Viking was overseas. If you check out the Vikings videos, he might have got a gig to go over and have a look at the new Ioniqs, because I think they're splitting out the Ioniq as a separate, proper separate brand now. And I would like to have seen these kick on, because I've been a big fan of the Ioniqs. The Ioniq 5 I liked, 6 not so much. Doesn't seem to be the go at all. Again, Ioniq 5 up there and just not competitive, as you'll see with some of the other Chinese brands that have come through. Kia and Ioniq had a premium on these when maybe you could get 60, 70 grand for some of these cars new, but maybe not anymore. Because now they're looking at something, and really, again, Hyundai are sort of going in a sideways lane. Elexio, Elixio. No, Hyundai, quick search. Elexio. No, Elfin. That's not bad though. Club Sport. Hyundai, quick search. Hyundai. iX. Elexio. Dealer demo, drive away, 59 grand. So here it is again. And again, very interesting and different car. A lot cheaper than the Ioniq 5. Probably Chinese made, of course. Not Korean made. It's a very interesting car. But again, this doesn't appeal to me quite as much as the Ioniq 5 did. And again, Hyundai seem to be going in two different lanes. One, the Ioniq lane, which they've sort of stalled, pushing on with the Hyundai lane. Again, style doesn't do a whole lot for me, but that's in the eye of the beholder. There's a dealer demo there for the Elixir already at 59 grand drive away. It's up there. Again, this is a slightly bigger car. Probably about the same sort of car, sort of mid-compact. In terms of maybe Kia EV5 competitor, I'd say, something like that. So already in there, dealer demo 55,990, Elite Auto two-wheel drive. So you're already down to 56 grand. Again, up there for the high spec Elite Auto 68. How does that go figure? 2026, 25, 26. I didn't even know they had it in the country in 2025. I only thought it came out this year. So again, so 50, maybe you could get it 56 grand. They're going down this pathway. Yeah, it's just, I'm not sure how committed they were to Ioniq. It's a shame, really, because this one's come up. And then, of course, you've got the Kona and the Insta as well. So a couple of cars there, and Kona's it's just a funny one. It's hard to know whether they want to sell this or not. I just saw an article today that said that this had just gone up 3 grand again. They were, because of the high demand, they dropped the price, of course. And then I saw in the fine print somewhere, Insta. Saw in the fine print somewhere. It is Insta, isn't it? Tell me I'm not going mad on a Sunday night. Hyundai Insta. There it is, yeah. Insta. Somewhere I saw they'd put the price back up again, 3,000, because haven't seen many examples of that, luckily, so far on the new car side. No one's gone out and said, hey, we are seeing such high demand and we've taken forward orders and that we are actually putting prices up. So if anything, there's still some deals out there, but we'll show you a website that we found that might be handy for some new car deals as well, just while we're at it. But the Insta, again, almost 40 grand drive away for this one, and it's a micro little car. It is pocket size. This is smaller than Atto 1 Seagull size. This is tiny. So absolutely amazing. Xpeng 30. I'm just crossing back to our messages interrupted from how the Xpeng thing is getting bad. Apparently, no deposit refunds from TrueEV and Xpeng aren't bringing in any stock until it's resolved. Oh dear, they're playing silly buggers, are they, at their client's expense? So yeah, never mind. We thought Xpeng corporate might play ball there. Not good news for Xpeng. I was going to check. It was on my list of cars, how to check and see if there was any, but there may not be any customers left for Xpeng at the moment. I thought they could sort that out a bit more sensibly, but clearly it's swords at 20 paces at the moment, or even closer, maybe 2 paces. But yeah, hadn't heard that one. So Insta's a curious one for me. Yeah, the same size. It's just smaller than the Seagull. And there's going to be a couple of choices with Geely as well. EX2, I think. Couple of other ones as well. Aeon as well. There's going to be a couple in this early to 35,000k. Early 30s, late 20s. This is not 39,000k car. So curious to know where they're going. No deals on the Insta. Put a line through that one for me. And then, of course, Hyundai Kona, which you don't see much about or hear much about. I've done my best with Hyundai here. I'm just confused about which way they're going in for the premium and the price. Dealer demo, 2026. You can buy an Insta for the same price as a Hyundai Kona. Oh, look, I don't know. I don't work for a dealer. I'm not that far entrenched in the machinations of, like, Xpeng. There's some confusing things going on out there, but this is the same price Dealer demo is the Insta. Go figure, guys. Anyway, let's move, let's move on because that's really confusing. I was going to look at Genesis just to take it further up the chain slightly on Hyundai, but not a big fan myself of the EVs, but couldn't find anything for sale. So that was confusing. If you want to jump to the other end of the scale, have a look at our friends at Rolls-Royce. There's a couple for sale. The pricing doesn't seem to have changed, fortunately. The pricing doesn't seem to have changed, fortunately, with this EV boom. The used Rolls-Royce doesn't seem to, S-P-E-C-T-R-E. There's no respect in Spectre, or is there? Josephine, Mrs. Amazing, can you check and see if there's any respect in Spectre? The word Spectre. I'm looking up, I'm trying to find Rolls-Royce. Let's go. Spectre, Rolls-Royce, S-P-E-C-T-R-E, R-E-S-P-E-C. There is respect in Spectre, okay? There's no love in marriage, but there is rage, apparently. But there is respect in Spectre, okay? I think. Double check that for me if you... yeah, and True EVO, electrify anything for the stand from last year. Look, I'd say True EVO, everybody for everything. from everything, from Electro everything last year, I'd say they owe everybody everything. That's the way it goes. You leave a trail like that. No names, no inside knowledge. But anyway, Mrs. Amazing, can you check and see if there's any respect in Spectre? But look, you can dealer demo. Here it is. Look, 1,028,990, 29,000. Queensland. That excludes government charges. So you got stamp duty on top of that. Not a huge fan of that combo. It's probably not me. Black on blue. And, oh, no, you haven't got me there. I'm not sure who spec'd that up as a demo. Is Spectre, is that respect? It's Spectre, is that, yeah. Is the word respect in Spectre, in the word Spectre? But of course, that one there, if that's not good enough, Rolls-Royce, you might have seen during the week, did come out. Oh, I haven't been on the screen share, thanks guys, for about half an hour. Thank you. This is amazing. I haven't been on the screen share for about half an hour. 10 minutes. I've been talking about cars I haven't had on the screen. Back to the Spectre. Yeah, okay. All right, where was I? I went through the whole Kia range and no one cared. Anyway, let's do a quick recap. I'm going to just go back again. No, I'm not. I'm going to go forward. Hi, Murray. How you doing? Hey, Miss Amazing. I didn't have the screen share up for about 10 minutes there. I wasn't showing any cars. I was talking about EV6's demos, and we were struggling to find a EV6. Let's see if we can find one now. No, we've lost the plot here. Okay, let's go forward instead of backwards. Let's try again. Let's get out of that one. All right, so Cadillac. Well, I've got it. I've completely lost it. Thank you. How should I know? I thought it was a deliberate act. If I talk about the car, I usually like a picture of the car on the screen. So, but anyway, we know from future. All right. Cadillac Lyriq hasn't had a lot of interest. There's a dealer demo, 89,990. Never mind. Hasn't done a lot of action more recently. Dropped down. These were over $120,000. Never mind. It's they have dropped way back now, and maybe that's the deal. Big car, a lot of freight. These are 2024. That means they've been sitting around for a year and a half now. So, yeah, not a lot going on there. But was talking about a Kia EV6, and I am trying, and somebody in, no results at this time. 0 cars. What's going on? Murray, how you doing? We're just ticking through some. See if we can find some dealer demos. Kia EV6. That's better. Someone bought a Kia EV6 dealer demo from WA, had it shipped over to the Eastern Seaboard, $55,000. So we're having a look at some dealer demos. There's a couple there at mid-50s, nice car. Had a look at that one. Also had a look at Hyundai, which were trying hard with the Ioniq 5, but again, Hyundai UNDI Insta, confusing me as to what they're doing with the Insta. 38,990 for the Insta 2025. That's a year old. Again, I think they've just put the price up on these ones, so a bit confusing as to what's going on with the Insta. And because you can get a Kia Kona, Hyundai Kona, for exactly the same price, dealer demo, about twice the amount of car. The Insta's a tiny little car. It's about the size of the Atto 1. Confusing me, but anyway, Hyundai seem to have lost me. They seem to be on a dual path, one path with Hyundai. With Hyundai itself, the Elixio, the Kona, they've still got the Insta, and then the Ioniq. I think the Ioniq, they're splitting off as a separate brand at the moment. So, yeah, interesting to see which way they go, because they're still trying to get premium pricing, and very hard to understand what's going on. Hyundai, Elixio, EX, IO now. Again, this one, dealer demo, $56,000. So in the Swedish spot, you're not looking at the Ioniq. Are they trying to sell you down from the Ioniq 5 if you can't afford the Ioniq 5 to get this one? I don't know if this is a deal or not, but it's interesting what Hyundai are doing. But then we jumped to the Rolls-Royce. If you want to go to the top end of the market, see if there's any deals with the Spectre. Now that prices have gone up, do you think the Spectre's gone up at all? So, Rolls-Royce Spectre, and there's a dealer demo there again. $1,030,000. Again, not my cup of tea. Not really my black on blue. About what they were, $1 million. They're still trying to get $1 million. Yeah, not really for me, this one. Saturn one, had a look at one a couple of years ago now. Amazing car. They're probably confused as to what they do next, Rolls-Royce, whether they go back to... But, of course, that's BMW. Dealer used. There's a few around. It's quite remarkable. But, of course, yeah, if that's not good enough for you. This came out, I think, about a week ago. Rolls-Royce Project Nightingale, I think, and they're talking millions. They weren't talking price. They were talking millions. But absolutely remarkable. What do you think of that one? What do you think of the Insta, Murray? It's too small for me. It just seems to be too tiny. And just too expensive. It just doesn't make sense, right? It's just too much. But yeah, this will be made to order, custom built, just off the charts. EV, no doubt about it. All the Heritage, all the Rolls-Royce, custom build for those people. I think getting to the stage where if you really, really want one, they'll make you anything at Rolls-Royce. So we'll keep dreaming about that. Come back down to earth, because some of the other Chinese brands, which I haven't seen so much of more recently, piqued my interest as well. And Deepal was one. And again, you'd be forgiven for thinking that everything's been sold out more recently and that everything was gone. But look, Deepal have got 90 cars here for sale or on order, dealer demo. So the SO7, of course, and the SO5, there it is there, the EO7 and the SO7. Haven't seen many EO7s around. Look, it makes a lot of sense. That's probably $7,000 down on, maybe they were trying to get 75. It looks like Queensland dealer demo. So you look, that appeals. Not sure if anyone likes that one. Yeah, they've got a lot of interest at the shows. Drive Away 68491. So there's plenty of Deepal EO7s and SO7s. It looks like you could go in and buy one right now. There's no doubt plenty around at the moment. SO7, this is getting right down now. These are dealer new 47990, dealer new, dealer demo 47990. So you could get, I'm sure you could get that for 45. So that's getting down to reasonable. That's getting very good. Have a cup of tea, keep my throat going. So no, my car but one house down has an Insta and their Tesla Model 3 in the driveway. What do you think of the Insta, Murray? What do you think of it to look at? Looks very tiny, a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, and very, very tiny. Cute, but yeah, it's a $30,000 car all day long for me, especially compared to the price of that Kona at the moment. That's so Deepal, they've got stock. There's some deals there. Other one I liked and haven't seen much around was that Leap Motor. Leap Motor have now got the C10 and the B10. B10 Leap Motor. Again, it may be harder to. I said Leap Motor. Like even car searches, car sales' AI is not what it should be. Leap Motor. Maybe a. Let's. I'm going Leap Motor. It doesn't make me feel so bad about the search engine on Amazing EV sometimes. C10. I'm not that inspired by the names of Leap Motor. It's just gone off the plot. Let's go back and let's go buy Tesla Leap Motor. Leap Motor. Leap. There it is. Oh, it's one word, of course. No models found. B10, C10. All models. There we go. It's one word. Sorry. My mistake. It's Leap Motor. I don't see many of these around. Perhaps not as distinguishable as some of the others in this range. But look at the value. Dealer demo, 39,888 for a C10. That's a lot of car, especially compared to the Hyundai. This is very sharp. And again, Stellantis backed, but haven't heard much feedback looked at the Facebook groups on this. 91 Leap Motor cars for sale. Plenty out there. Queensland. So there's plenty there. Plenty there. Of course, the model. Well, if we add we've got the B10's the new one. We narrow that down. Again, that's a hell of a car for 40 grand. How much is the B10? Same price. That's outrageous. They've got a slightly smaller car. Dealer demo. That's good going, Murray. Another house. How many electric car families are there? There's a lot of houses without electric cars, and now there's plenty of houses with 2 electric cars. So lots of people are doing plenty of heavy lifting. 2-car families. Is that true? So we got dealer new, dealer demo, B10, Leap Motor B10, which is probably a foot shorter than the C10, 38,950 Drive Away, and the Leap Motor B10 C10 is the same price. 39,990 dealer used, dealer demo. That's unbelievable. It's only $1,000 difference between. Yeah, it's going to take a while before we get the hang of this market, and we've still got a lot to learn. There's no doubt about that. It's very confusing for me sometimes, very confusing. Let's have a look at Geely, the EX5, and they've got a new. I think they've got a new one out as well. And so there's a couple of Geelys there. Geely, they've got a new small car come out as well. Let's see, what do we got? EX5 models. Starray. I only want the electric. So Geely EX5, 45 grand. So they've crept up a bit more. They're a little bit more. Dealer demo 47880. Inspire Auto F model year 25. They've crept up a bit. They were 45ish. There's a private deal. Geely EM1. That's a hybrid. No interest. EX5. So they've crept up a bit. EX5 extended range for 55. So yeah, they've crept back up again as well. They just either maybe silently or on purpose. They've crept back up again. Going to jump. How about this one? Something different. If you're looking for, you're in the commercial market, don't think there's any EV utes, don't hold your breath for the Toyota EV ute, but the KMG, I saw one of these reviewed, and this KMG Musso EV, true electric ute, 288 for sale or for order, dealer demo, 60 grand, there it is. Can't complain anymore. I know MG have got one coming as well. Toyota have got one coming. Isuzu have been threatening to bring one out for a while now. There's a few on the way. There's plenty of Chinese ones as well. Great Wall, I think, there's plenty in China themselves. They could be here tomorrow. But KGM, I think Korean, yeah, KGM, rebranded something else. There it is, the KGM two-wheel drive. You don't need four-wheel drive. It's only a ute. You just need to chuck your stuff in the back and do your family from time to time. Electric, haven't seen much of a review on this one, but there it is. KGM EV, two-wheel drive, Black Edge, 60 grand. That would be a better bet than surely any other diesel or petrol ute. Surely. KGM Musso 44 dealer used. So Musso looks like petrol, diesel, but electric 60 grand, not a bad deal at all. So there's a couple of others there that have been floating around that just seem, again, haven't really got off the starting line. And we're talking about Renault. Again, they weren't big sellers. Beforehand, Scenic. Saw one of these at the... no, not that one. Renault. saw one of these at the car rally, the Ava car rally, more recently, and in silver, matte silver. Renault Koleos. We go to parent transmission type, fuel, electric 72. Just they've never been big sellers anyway. 72 electric Renaults for sale. Still got the Kangoo E-Tech, 60 grand, 56 dealer new, dealer used, dealer new, demo. This one here, this Renault Scenic E-Tech 2026, 70 grand. It's right up there in terms of price. And you're seeing a lot of C-Line 7s. Yeah, there's a lot of BYD, and I'm not going to touch on BYD tonight, Murray. I think they've got forward orders and they've sold out a heap. So look at some of the more eclectic ones at the moment for similar sorts of prices. A lot of C-Line 7s, a lot of C-Line 8s, done really well. Yeah, I agree. And the BYD are really doing well here as well. So, but good sales, good forward orders. Have a look at some of these more niche ones. We saw that Renault Scenic E at the Ava car rally, 70 grand. It's up there. You'd have to be a Renault fan or really not like Tesla or BYD. Probably worth considering, but again, sort of medium compact, not a huge car, but stylish. Look good on the road. Again, They're doing well in Europe. Renault, just not ever kicking the goals here. Just that one there, Renault Megane E-Tech as well. That's not bad. Now we're talking. Dealer demo. Here we go. So this is the latest one, the Scenic E-Tech, and then the Megane, which is a bigger car, I think. Dealer demo. It's 2024. It's been sitting on the forecourt with a bit of casual use for a year and a half. 47,888. That's much better deal. 54 for a new Megane. So yeah, look, if you're keen on the Megane, the older style, the software is probably where it's at. The driving would be great. The technology would be good. The range wouldn't be incredible. The Kangoo Dealer Demo 50, that's up there. This is like a caddy size, Volkswagen caddy size little ute. You'd like to wish these were below 50 because the new PV5 from Kia is coming at below 50. So you'd love to see these at below 50. But yeah, just disappointed these are up still at 50, 56, 59 grand. That's a deal. 44 dealer new. Wow, these Renault Megane E-Techs haven't done well at all. The Townsville Renault, if anyone wants to drive a 45 grand, that's a lot of car for that. If you like something curious in a Renault. Volkswagen's the other place that I'm just confused about still, because again, they're desperately waiting for their new cars. VW ID4 and the Buzz has been discounted. Are we seeing they've got some stock? No, i4, a very interesting car sales. I got a VW ID4, VW. Let's just go VW. They know VW, don't they? No, they don't. Okay. Wow. VW. Let's go this way. VW. Doesn't make me feel so bad about the amazing EV. So, VW. Sometimes when I'm trying to search for Volkswagen. Oh, sorry. All models. ID4. And I'm a long-time Volkswagen owner. I've had a lot of faith in them for a long time. Desperately wanted to see them do well. 173 ID4s. I guess that really gives the answer as to how well the ID4 is doing here. But dealer new, dealer demo, 60 grand. Not a bad car. I mean, this is Tiguan size. This is Tiguan pricing now. Tiguan's about that for a petrol car. So they're on par. Maybe this is what I'd look at if I was starting from scratch now in my search. And as a Volkswagen fan, maybe that's what I'd be looking at. So, nice. Not spectacular. Old school VW inside, and they're moving forward and they're moving fast. But that might suit 60 grand. Maybe it should be closer to 50. Oh, that's excluding. That's in WA. There's some deals in WA. Nathan Gore Brown was just over there recently and chatting to a lot of people. And huge amount of interest in WA for EVs, and it's gone incredibly well over there with the battery testing as well. So he's got some big clients over there, battery testing everywhere. ID4 GTX, that's the sporty one. Yeah, can't see it. Still too much. These should be closer to 50 if Volkswagen want to get rid of them by 2027. The Buzz, yeah, again, would be a cute little car. Just can't see it. 128 for the GTX. They just dropped the pricing on these. 82, too much. For a pure cargo. Dealer new, dealer demo Buzz with seats. Sample dealer new, Brighton van, ID Buzz Pro, cargo. The PV5 and the new Farazon, I must get the name of it. I'm going to put the pigeons into the bloody van market at 50 grand. It's all going to start to happen there now when you can get a nice little compact van for 50 grand. It's going to be fantastic. Let's end tonight. Let's just see if we can buy a Xpeng. What's going on? I haven't been following them. Xpeng G6. Of course, the new model's out in China, and they'll have another upgrade out. Dealer used, dealer used, dealer used, dealer used, dealer used, dealer used, dealer demo. There we go. So the situation, as I understand it, yeah, I haven't followed it more recently, but They had their own dealerships, True EV, and they also signed up another number of other dealerships as well that were multi-franchise dealerships, and so they were supplying both channels. They had the agency from XPeng exclusively, apparently. That's all fallen apart, as we know. So yes, there are some dealers still left with XPeng's dealer. There was another shipment apparently still waiting that had deposits taken. Dealer demo. Welcome to XPeng Melbourne. Hard to know if this is corporate or whether this is a dealer. So hard to know. Victorian dealer demo. So yeah, there is still a few dealer demos car to order. So yeah, that's probably not right. So anything else that you want to have a look at? Yeah, that's true, Hal. The new van, the PV5, only a small. I guess they're talking about last mile delivery style tradesmen. How many Ks a day do you do? I never used to do more than 150 in the audio-visual days. In a caddy, I was filling up once a week, doing 450, doing 550, 600 Ks a week. So I was never doing more than 100 a day and filling up once a week. So, and that's clients around the city. How many Ks are you doing? So I reckon maybe a 250, 300, 200, 250 battery to start with, just for whether you got some gear in it or not, might be enough for a daily driver for a small van delivery. Not certainly for an interstate job, but just for that small budget last mile van, that could be the go. So, but you can still order your XPeng G6 if you like now. But anyway, that's enough tonight. Let's leave it there. Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of the long weekend, and look forward to seeing you on Wednesday night. We've got a special guest with us Wednesday night. We're just trying to lock him in now, make sure before I announce it. We'll confirm that he's online, but he's direct from the Beijing Auto Show, back via London. Hopefully we're going to get an update of the UK market and the China Auto Show as well. I'm Roscoe. Thanks for joining me tonight. And if you see any EV deals, just let me know. We are on the lookout all the time. And if you know anyone who wants to list, free listing at Amazing EV, and we'll do the best to help anyone. So, but have a great rest of the long weekend if you've got a holiday tomorrow. If not, back to work. But I'm Roscoe, and we'll see you very soon.